In the previous session, in the course of estimating and costing, we have studied what do you mean by estimating and costing, what are the different types of estimate, and we have prepared the preliminary estimate based on unit rate method, plinth area method, and cubical content method. In this session, we are going to study detailed estimate. Detail estimate is the estimate in which the quantity of each item of the work would be determined separately. This quantity of each item of the work is multiplied by the unit rate of each item so as to obtain the cost of each item of work. The item of a work is defined as, for example, excavation is one item, concreting in beam is another item, brick masonry in foundation could be one item. Similarly, brick masonry in superstructure is one item. So these are the various items of the civil engineering work, and the quantity of material and labor required for each item of the work is known would be determined in detail estimate, and this quantity then would be multiplied with the unit cost. The purpose of preparing detailed estimate is to obtain the technical sanction, whereas preliminary estimate is prepared for the sanction of loan or for government approval. In detailed estimate, we would also know the quantity of material and labor required for the execution of the work. Also, the project cost would also be determined precisely through detailed estimate. The various details which are required for preparing the detailed estimate are detailed drawing, specification. This would include the quality of the work to be achieved, or the specification would be the quality of workmanship and quality of the material required for the execution of a particular item of work or a particular work in whole. Thereafter, market rates, market rate of material and labor, also tools and plant. Thereafter, we have mode of measurement. Mode of measurement is the term by which the various items of the work would be measured. How would you measure the area in meter square? Volumetric structure should be measured in meter cube. Similar linear measurement would be in meter. So this would be deal in the mode of measurement. Now the various steps for preparing the detailed estimate is: first, working out quantities; second is working out cost; and third is miscellaneous items and overhead. In working out quantities, we would determine first the mode of measurement for the various items of the work and its precision in the measurement. And this item is recorded in a sheet known as measurement sheet. After calculating the quantities of each item of the work, we need to calculate the cost, and for cost we require the rates. Now these rates could be obtained from market, or this could also be quoted by government agency through district schedule of rates. So the rates quoted by the government agencies can be obtained through district schedule of rate. So the unit rate of per item is multiplied by the quantity obtained in measurement sheet so as to obtain the cost of each item. And this multiplication of quantity and rate is carried out or noted down in a sheet known as abstract sheet. But thereafter, there are some of the items which are not included in quantification. So these items are known as miscellaneous items. Also, some of the charges like for establishment of the office at site, stationery are not included in the costing, and these items are included as an overhead items, and this would be taken care in terms of contingency, work charge establishment, and overhead charges. So we would study each of these steps in detail. First, we would study mode of measurement. The mode of measurement is defined as the term by which we would measure the various items of the work. The various items of the work are, for instance, brickwork it is a volumetric structure which would be measured in meter cube. We have plastering, it would be measured in meter square. Skirting would be measured in linear meter. So these various items of the work, how it should be measured, could be referred through IS 1200, and this forms the mode of measurement. For example, linear item, we have area where two dimensions has been considerable, and third is the volumetric where there is a three dimension is considerable amount. Linear item, for instance, is a railing, handrail. This is measured in running meter, and the precision by which it is measured is 0.01 meter. Similarly, area is measured in meter square, and the precision for measuring the area is 0.01 meter square. Similarly, the item of a work having considerable amount of width, depth and height is known as volumetric item and are measured in cubic meter. And the precision for measuring this item is 0.01 meter cube. Now this is the general precision for the various items of the work. But there are some items of the work which have high unit rate, or this can be termed as these are the items which are more expensive, and this item should be measured with an accuracy of 0.005 meter. For example, wall thickness. Slight variation in the precision in the measurement of the wall thickness would sum up to the huge quantity and considerable large cost. So this item should be measured with high accuracy. So items which having high unit rate are to be measured with an accuracy of 0.005 meter. The mode of measurement for some of the common civil engineering items is been given here. For example, earthwork is been measured in meter cube, concreting is been measured in meter cube, partition wall, that is half brick wall, is measured in meter square, flooring is measured in meter square, plastering is again measured in meter square, painting is measured in meter square, woodwork is measured in meter cube for frames, and whereas for shutter, that is panel of doors and windows, is measured in meter square. Steel work is measured in tons or quintal, whereas iron gate can be measured in meter square. A railing can be measured in meter, whereas electrification and plumbing are measured in per point. The remaining items, or there are hundreds of items in a civil engineering work, and the mode of measurement for each of this item can be referred through IS 1200. Next is measurement sheet and abstract sheet. As we know, the quantity of each item would be recorded in a sheet, and this sheet is known as measurement sheet. And a typical format for this measurement sheet is item rate, description of the item, numbers, and the dimension, that is length, width and height, and the quantity. Length, width and height are in meter, whereas quantity can either be in meter, meter square, or meter cube, or it can also be in numbers depending upon the item. For example, if the item is plastering, it would have width as well as height. Length would be 0, so the quantity would be in meter square. Similarly, if the description of the item is brick cube, or brick work, it would have all the three dimensions, that is length, width and height, and the quantity would be then in meter. So the quantity depends upon the description of the item, or the item which is to be measured. Thereafter, we prepare the abstract sheet. The quantity which we have obtained in the measurement sheet is been carried forward to the abstract sheet for the costing purposes. So item 1, the description is to be again obtained through the measurement sheet. Same description would be taken here. The quantity for that particular item is obtained through measurement sheet, and that quantity is recorded in this column of abstract sheet. Now the rate per unit item can be obtained either through DSR or through market rate is recorded here. And the unit of measurement of the rate given is recorded here. For example, cement. Cement is measured in kg also or per bag also. So the quantity which you have computed in measurement sheet might be in kg, but the rate might be quoted in per bag. So this variation or the rate in which it is been given is noted here. So rate of the cement bag is per kg, so rate would be here, and rate of the cement bag is per bag, so rate would be here, and here it can be per bag, but quantity might be in kg. So this variation need to be taken care, and total amount would be quantity into rate. It is to be noted that the unit for this quantity and rate per unit quantity should be same so as to obtain the amount. Rate of per item. The rate of per item is determined through market rate of men, material, tools and plant. But while preparing the estimate for a government agency, we can obtain the rate of per item through DSR, and this is known as district schedule of rate. A typical example of district schedule of rate for an item is been given here. For example, this is a cutting from a DSR. We need a PCC and RCC work of concreting 1 is to 1.5 is to 3 with cement proportion of 1 is to 6. So the quantity of cement required for this item is 9.2 bags, and the unit is cubic meter. Similarly, the rate for per bag is given in here. Cement per bag is 248.46 kg. So I multiplied this 9.2 bags with 248 so as to obtain the cost of RCC or PCC work for, with concreting 1 is to 1 half is to 1. Similarly, it can be obtained for 1 is to 1 is to 2, 1 is to 1.5 is to 3, 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. So here we get the quantity, and from this quantity multiply the cost. So this cost is also given in section A of DSR, and the quantities for various item of the work is given in section D of the DSR. Or the per rate per unit item can also be calculated based on the market rate, and the process of calculating the rate per unit item is known as rate analysis. In rate analysis, we will calculate based on the rate of material, rate of labor, rate of tools and plant, and overhead charges. So how to calculate the rate of each item based on rate analysis would be studied later in this subject. There are some items which are not included for calculation in detail estimate, and these are known as miscellaneous items. Similarly, there are some charges like office establishment charges, waterhead charges are not included in costing, and these are included as overhead charges. So the charges which includes in the overhead are contingencies, work charge establishment, tools and plant, and centage charges. Contingency, these are the incidental expenses of miscellaneous category which cannot be classified under any district item yet pretend to be as a work of whole. For example, dewatering at foundation level or waterproofing. So this item would be taken care in contingency. So provision of about 3 to 5% of the estimate cost is made so as to cover the contingency items. Next item or overhead is the work charge establishment. Work charge establishment is the establishment which is a charge to work directly. During the construction of a building or a project, a certain number of works supervision, chowkidar, etc. are required to be employed, and their salaries are paid from the amount of work charge establishment provided. A provision of 1.5 to 2% is been added to the estimated cost as work charge establishment. Further, for big projects, we require some additional tools and plan, and the provision for this tool and plan is taken care through adding 1 to 1.5% of the estimated cost. And this is the tools and plan. Another overhead charges is the centage charges. When the work is been transferred to a specialized firm, suppose for a specialized architect or a specialized recruiter, then the fees of that recruiter or that firm is taken care through centage charges. This is also known as department charges. A provision of 10 to 15% of the estimated cost is been made towards centage charges. Similarly, there are some items which are not included in the computation, and these items are known as miscellaneous items. The common items are prime cost and provisional sum. So the prime cost, it is a mandatory item which are to be provided in a construction. So prime cost is the sum of the direct cost of material, labor and plants associated with the construction project. It is the cost of the item necessary for the proper functional utilities of the building. For example, cost of tap or door fitting. Also, no profit on such item is allowed. Whereas provisional sum, it is the amount arbitrarily provided by an experienced estimator in the total estimated cost of a project so as to carry out some special type of work whose detail cannot be known at the time of preparing estimate. For example, installation of the lifts, provision for construction of swimming pool in future would be included in a provision sum items. The various factors which are to be considered while preparing the detailed estimate are quantity of material, availability of material, transportation, location of site, local labor charges and availability, and specification. So these are the various factors on which the detailed estimate of a work depends. So in this session, we have studied what is the necessity of detailed estimate, what are the various steps for preparing a detailed estimate, that is working out quantities, working out cost, and miscellaneous item and overhead charges. Thereafter, mode of measurement for the various items of the work and overhead charges like contingency, centage charges, work establishment charges, and miscellaneous items like prime cost and provisional sum, and the factor affecting the detailed estimate. This was all about this session. Thank you.